YouTube, what's good? What's going on? It's your guy, you Steph. This is Billionaire Talk. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you back. So today I'm doing a reaction video to O'Shea Duke Jackson, who previously covered how black women always cry out that black men don't protect them. However, before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Since I got on YouTube in 2015, I've noticed a lot of stuff has changed. But the more things change, the more they remain the same. And now it's 2026. And one thing for certain that is consistent, this whole idea of,
I really need you guys to start protecting and sticking up for black women when we are disrespected in places where you guys are at, right?
that's right. You black men need to really step up and protect black women.
Real quick, I got another video that I want to cover where the narrative is completely different. Seems to be there's tons and tons and tons of black women who are sick of black men. So you want us to protect you or not? It's a little confusing.
2015, black women were not protected. 2016, 2017, I don't know, 19, 18, 19, 19. Black women are just not protected. And somehow it's you black men's fault. And we can get into that whole ideology on another day. But for today, we'll accept that black men are not protecting black women as much, okay? But just like Jerry Cooney, who fought Larry Holmes in 1982, he was the great white hope, right? He was the hope for the white race that a white guy could become the heavyweight champion again. In the black female community, there's always somebody who is supposed to be this spokesperson for black women because you black men ain't speaking up. And so what I have noticed is that if this person comes out of the clouds somewhat like a heavenly person, then a lot of black women will start to champion them. And I think that's really the case with Megan Thee Stallion. She is the black woman's version of 50 Cent in a way. Like 50 Cent got shot 9 times. Megan Thee Stallion got shot and she was ridiculed by all of these black men and black male bloggers. Tory Lanez shot her. DJ Academics dissed her. She's sexually free and she stood up for black women and their empowerment. And during this time, her struggle became the black woman's struggle, at least according to certain people.
And they also don't understand why we are as protective of Meg as we are. Over the course of her career, she has centered black women and the mental health and wellness of black women in every single thing that she does. She has been a radical representation of the reclamation of feminism, of femininity, and also of like joy and irreverence and fun that we haven't seen in a really long time.
You mean to tell me the same? And I have no beef with Megan Thee Stallion at all. I do think she's a phenomenal artist for her, you know, what she does. However, this is the part where women kind of like shoot themselves in the foot, no pun intended. How is Meg the representation of that? And I guess maybe two things could be true at once. Y'all know how she is, man. That's what you are saying needs to be protected to represent black women as a collective. Femininity, twerking about at presidential campaigns and, you know, wearing see-through clothing and all that other stuff. And again, I'm not judging. I'm just calling out what society, social media, whatever you want to call it, the men, everybody else sees. Because it's contradictory. It's like you want protection, you want to be looked at as a certain way. You don't want to be objectified. You don't want to be sexualized, but you do the sexy shit.
See, this is why Megan Thee Stallion's fans are so protective of her, because she always puts black women first. Now, this is not a new idea that black women not only stand up for just other black women, but
true words, it's black women who are the advocates for everyone, but everybody treats them like shit.
Yeah, that's the real tea.
That's the real tea,
bro.
That's the craziest part.
That's the real tea.
Everybody, but they be standing up for every body, bro.
Well, that black women stand up for everybody else. That's pretty much what they're saying here. And so I want to make sure I got my facts right. Okay? So let me get this straight. Before I go on in the video, guys, just want to ask you some questions. So from what we heard is Meg Thee Stallion stands up for black women, right? Black women stand up for everybody else, right? Black men stand up for black women? Got it. So the first thing is correct. Meg stands up for black women. Black women stand up for everybody else. And black men don't stand up for anybody.
He's right, you know.
Got it. I just wanted to make sure that everything was right. Let's continue. So now that we know that Meg Thee Stallion stood up for black women and that black women stand up for everybody else, well, I want to talk about Lexie Brown. You know, Lexie Brown is a WNBA player. She plays for the Seattle WNBA franchise. And it was alleged that Klay Thompson and Lexie Brown were in some level of intimate relationship. And this relationship that was occurring happened, and Meg Thee Stallion lost her man, which was Klay Thompson, behind Lexie Brown. Now, this was interesting because Meg Thee Stallion's fans stopped the show. Let's get this right, because we all know that black men are to blame for everything. Hypothetically, let y'all tell it. But Lexie Brown was accused of being a naughty young lady. And then when Meg Thee Stallion's fans accused her, they went to harass her. And it got so bad that Lexie Brown had to cut off all of her comments. Now, to be fair, I didn't even know who Lexie Brown was. I just know that she looked good. I'm sorry. I know y'all be hating on me because I always give sisters the props of looking good. But since I'm a black man and can't protect black women, like y'all say, I could at least admire them. Got him! That's fine. So now, Lexie Brown, her last few days have been terrible. And well, why is that?
Me and Klay do know each other because we both play professional basketball. I would have considered him a friend. I do not know Meg Thee Stallion at all. You know, today, I'm still the only person that has denied this entire situation of my involvement and claim that this is 100% false. And the fact that I'm still the only one that is defending my name, I have no idea how to process that. And that's the last thing that I'm like struggling to process, is that there's this massive outcry for protecting black women, and nobody has mentioned Lexie Brown's name in any of those conversations.
Damn. You don't find that crazy? Where's all this protect black women? Where's all this sisterhood? When you got an innocent black woman minding her business, dragged into somebody else's shit. And I can guarantee you, because the men, we ain't starting no rumors like that. The fucked up part about this is 9 times out of 10, 10 out of 10, it was a woman who started this rumor and brought it to the internet, and they said, you know what? She plays basketball, he plays basketball. She looks pretty, he's a handsome guy. It had to be. And it was by a woman. I can guarantee you it was by a woman. Now, step forward. If y'all got information, prove me wrong. But until then, I'm making assumptions. But anyway, back to the contradiction at hand. No, and you know what? This woman has gotten death threats. And this is how delusional these Meg fans are. The simple fact that you get women talk about I wish it was me that got cheated on so that Megan wouldn't have to go through this. Cool, sympathize, right? But saying stupid shit like that, inviting that type of energy for someone else who has gotten themselves into a situation is just plain stupid. You know what I mean? And at the expense of this woman who has her own career to worry about, she can't even focus on that because now people are dragging her in the mud, and she got nothing to do with this. And now let's get to the nitty gritty. I'm blaming Meg Thee Stallion. Why? Because she brought this to the internet. Klay didn't say anything about the relationship from start to finish. And okay, cool. I could hold Klay accountable on the grounds of she said she would have considered y'all friends. So you could have said something, but devil's advocate, I also understand if I'm Klay Thompson and I'm not going to address any cheating allegations, rumors to keep a clean slate, unfortunately, I'm going to have to not say anything, even in this situation. Now, depending on the type of person you are, you may say, you know what, nah, I'm going to still say something. You know what I mean? Everybody different. But I can understand why he's not speaking. I think he should have reached out to her and, you know, said something if he didn't. But it's fucked up that Meg caused all of this and then hasn't even spoken out to remove this young lady from the situation that has nothing to do with it. And she knows she don't. Meg, here's the thing. Y'all women ain't gonna like this. Meg possibly, let's just hypothetically say Klay cheated. Meg knows who it is. Right? But let's say, let's stick with what most people think is true, right? Real quick. Because a lot of people are speculating that Meg started this rumor knowing that he wouldn't say anything. Because look, she's public about everything else. You think she ain't gonna tell who he's cheating and creeping with and tell more? And that's the thing, like, we don't know if he did or didn't cheat. She said that. And women are understanding. We don't know. We can't trust the chick. She's lied before. And here's another contradiction. Y'all are so mad that Klay possibly cheated, not even confirmed, possibly cheated. Where's the energy for her best friend, the Kelsey chick, that was dating Tory Lanez, and you fucked your homegirl's man? Like, where's the accountability for that? Why y'all not call Meg out for that? It's crazy. Now, to go even further, new evidence is showing like different pictures and videos of what went down that day. The Kelsey chick, her leg is scratched up bad. Now, I don't think Tory is going to, let alone fight a woman, but scratch a chick's leg up. And I think she was in the rear passenger seat or driver's seat, some shit like that. It was her right leg. So I think it was the driver's seat. So she scratched, Meg's foot is shot. People already said they seen two women fighting. There's no, Tory's, my bad, camera went out. Tory's fingerprints ain't on the gun. So how, you get what I'm saying? I mean, we'll get to that in another video. But full circle, you women are fucked up for being so contradictory that you won't even stand and protect this woman. Meg, you fucked up because you started all this shit and you won't stand to protect this woman. And now she's affected by your shit because you opened your mouth. It's crazy.
Now, you can hear the frustration and the hurt and the pain in her voice because nobody has come to her rescue. Not black women themselves. Of course, black men are not going to come to the rescue because we don't protect nobody. Klay Thompson, who was implicated in this, did not come to the rescue. But Meg Thee Stallion didn't either. And let me defend Klay Thompson because he's already alleged in the scandal. He decided not to even address it at all. And it's because he was told to do that, because when you're a high profile person and you break up with a black woman like Meg Thee Stallion and somebody comes out and says that you were indeed cheating, it makes it worse if you come out and you say something. And he does know Lexi, but he has not come up to her defense. And the reason why he probably hasn't come to the defense is because he wasn't the individual that put her out there. Meg Thee Stallion's fans herself were the ones that got this whole idea that, you know, she was the one. And they made that mistake. And so,
real quick, I want to know how y'all even came to the conclusion. Like, did y'all just go down people that he follows or may have been seen in public with, randomly chose a person? Like, what grounds and evidence did y'all come up with to even throw her, of all people, in the mix? Like, I'm not going to lie. And even though I'm a black man, I guess we don't protect women, but I'm actually pissed for her because it's fucked up that someone has to go through this that ain't got shit to do with them. I'm more mad at Meg because Meg ain't saying nothing. You opened your mouth. And like O'Shea just said, Klay's being told not to say anything because this is already a bad look for his image, right? Klay don't associate himself with this type of shit. Now, yeah, there's been cheating scandals, but not to this magnitude. But this is crazy. There's someone else, like I keep saying, if someone else is affected, all because of Megan's ass, man. And I really can't wait for all this shit to just come out so that women could just pick their face up off the ground. I'm not bashing women. I love y'all to death, I swear. But y'all riding for the wrong one. I just want justice. That's all. I just want y'all to see who y'all riding for. And this is a perfect example of why. And no one's speaking on it. Say something. Call Megan out. Like, hey, girl, why you not protecting Lexi? Call out the people who spreaded the news, who put it out there. Some bullshit.
None of Meg Thee Stallion's fans don't care anything about this young lady, that she's crying, that she's been getting threatened, that her quality of life has diminished. All over lies. According to her, Meg Thee Stallion understands this by now, but still has not come out and cleared Lexi Brown's name. And it gets worse.
I wouldn't have minded if either one of them came out and said it, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are in the relationship. They're the ones that are dealing with this, and they're the ones who are communicating with each other. So one of them, if not both of them, know that it was not me. It could come from one of their teams. It could come from somewhere. The truth is over there somewhere. And I was expecting it to reveal itself from that side of it, the side that actually has the issue. Because again, I have no idea what is going on. I have no involvement. I've had no communication at all whatsoever during their relationship. So for them to just allow me to get dragged, for a lot of people to allow me to get dragged through the mud for, I don't know, it seems like 4 days now, knowing 100% what was being said was false, that surely somebody would step in and say, no, this is a lie. Please point your fingers somewhere else, or don't point them at all, but don't point them at Lexi.
So she's asking for help.
So here's the fucked up part. Because I the fucked up part is Klay, right? Even if he did say I didn't cheat and try to defend himself, you know how this goes. Women never believe men. He's lying. If he defends himself, say I never cheated on Meg, the women don't believe him. If he goes and speaks and say, hey, I wasn't messing around with Lexi, they'll even dismiss it by saying, well, we don't believe you. You're just trying to cover it up. And, y'all need to be real. Or they'll say, okay, fine, it wasn't her, but we know it was somebody. So I'm glad that Klay didn't speak, because it's a lose-lose for the bro. It's a lose-lose. If he speaks and defends himself, he loses. If he speaks and denies that this young lady was involved, he still loses, because on one hand, you may believe him, but on the other hand, there has to be somebody. And all they're going to do is go to his followers or people he's following and go down the list and say, it's one of these people. Maybe it's an ex. I wouldn't even be surprised if somebody started a rumor and said it was Coco Jones. He spent the block on Coco Jones and then tried to pin a rapper against the R&B star, because at least with Coco Jones, he's a musician as well, right? So that would make more sense. But at that point, then, people would just be grasping at straws. And it's literally for the hunger of drama. This is just fueled by drama. And one more thing before I play the video again. All these women are talking about Klay wasn't known globally. You know what is known, and you know why Megan is partially known, aside from her amazing catalog of music and body of work? It's because of the drama she's associated with. Drama sells. People are so invested in other people's lives and the drama that they got going on that's what they care about the most. That's why y'all know all the shit y'all know. It's because the drama is entertainment. Who's cheating on who got shot by who's going to jail, who's a real nigga, who's not snitching. And this culture's so ass, bro. I was just telling my people the other day, like, I don't even care to be part of the culture. I really don't, because at this point, what culture?
I mean, can Klay Thompson come out there and say something? Can Megan Thee Stallion come out there to say something? Who can come out here to say something? And again, remember, Megan Thee Stallion is this ordained protector of black women. I wouldn't expect Klay Thompson to do that, because that's not who Klay Thompson or what Klay Thompson has built his brand on. It's almost like asking somebody for a favor that lent you money and you didn't pay them back. That's kind of what you're doing with Klay Thompson in this case. It's very similar. He didn't put it out there. I mean, he doesn't have a brand dealing with sisters or anything like that. So it shouldn't be his fault, in my opinion. But Megan Thee Stallion can easily go up to Instagram and say, hey, listen, guys, Lexi Brown didn't do anything. You guys should leave her alone. Because she accused him of cheating. So that means you broke up with him. So you caught him cheating with you and you have some proof. So that means you know who this other person is. And if the other person is not Lexi Brown.
What did I say earlier? She knows something if she caught him, or, you know what I'm saying, something. She didn't even explain how he cheated. She didn't say text messages, because she described everything else, but she didn't explain how she caught Klay cheating. Are y'all not picking up on the fucking lies or the gimmick? This is probably, and their relationship probably was a PR stunt, at least maybe on her end.
You could come out there and you could basically say that. And Megan Thee Stallion is pretty direct. If it was Lexi Brown, she probably would let everybody know that it was Lexi Brown. But she doesn't even care about Lexi Brown's feelings. And what this really is with Meg Thee Stallion, it's just, good old cynicism. Just putting yourself first and caring only about your issues and not really the issues of black women. It's just a real cynical approach. And when you look at Meg Thee Stallion, she really only ties herself to black female issues as it relates to the elevation of her music career, or financial security, or just coming up. If it doesn't deal with that, then we don't really see that that's the case. And on the flip side, you have these women who go so hard for her because they care about her, and Megan Thee Stallion doesn't really care about them. And black men, I'm pretty sure if they understood what I'm seeing and see it from how I am, and I'm pretty sure many do, they're sitting back amazed, like, who needs Netflix when you can see this? And unfortunately, I can say that it's really sad, in my honest opinion, that Meg Thee Stallion would allow this young lady to go through these things, knowing that she is not the person. But again, if this is not going to benefit Meg Thee Stallion, she doesn't care. It's all about her. It's her self-interest. And this is why a lot of people don't trust Meg Thee Stallion for this reason, and most likely many others. But again, I digress. I don't want to be one of those people hating on the black queen who really cares about these beautiful sisters out there. I don't want to step outside of my boundary.
He's right,
That's going to be the video right there. Leave a comment on your thoughts. And, I got a couple of videos to react to, so I'm going to keep them coming. But yeah, let us know your thoughts below in the comments. And somebody speak out and help this girl out, because this is some nonsense. I'm going to catch you on the next one.